Welcome back everyone to another episode here in Eat Sleep Brief. I know the tank doesn't look as good as it should, but trust me, it's going to be a great video. So if you guys remember, I recently went on a vacation with the family. Went out of town, actually was out of town for about 11 days. I was back earlier this week and I purposely have not done anything to the tank other than top off the water. So it's now been a total of 2 weeks, 14 days without having to do anything. My hand has not come in contact at all with the water. I haven't adjusted anything. Put it this way, I haven't even emptied out the skimmer. Like I said, all I've done is just topped off the water. And really what I've found, and I think you guys can probably guess what's happened with the tank, has just been amazing. It's something we've always heard, I always hear, we always know, but it's just very hard to implement. And I'm gonna show you exactly what we're talking about. So we'll start off by addressing the very obvious, which is that the algae buildup that's happened on the glass. That's to be expected. That's probably why they make scrapers, glass cleaners, so we can scrape that off. And again, that buildup is very normal, very natural. Now, if you guys are watching this video and you're maybe wondering, is there a way that I can reduce, I wouldn't say eliminate, but just reduce the buildup on the glass? There absolutely is, and that is a UV sterilizer. That'll help you in a lot more ways than just the buildup on the glass. That's probably a topic for a completely different video, but if you guys are wondering if there's any way you can eliminate, I would say completely 100%, but just minimize the cleaning, the chore of wiping the glass. UV sterilizer is something you may want to look at. So again, this tank has had no human contact for 2 weeks time. The only human contact it has was the topping off of the auto top off, which you see there on the left. And the results, guys, have been amazing. I think you guys can guess what's happened with the corals. How about this? Why don't you guys take a moment, pause the video here, comment down below how you think the corals have reacted to having no human interaction whatsoever. We're gonna take a few seconds, comment down below. I'd really love to see maybe if you guys can figure out. Okay, so we're back. Hopefully you commented, and I think a lot of you probably commented correctly. So as you can guess, these corals have absolutely exploded in how much they open, polyp extension. Not only that, the growth I'm about to show you guys is something that's really crazy to see, that when the human equation is taken out of these reef tanks, as they are in the ocean, everything just explodes with growth, and it's really cool to see. One of the first ones, if you go back to the video when I was on vacation and you look at this Ghani, it was nowhere near as happy. Neither was the one under it. And I know it's hard to see, but if you can take a look at the polyp extension on those hallucinations, just how big those pallies are, more not polyps, but the pallies are, they're a lot bigger. Another interesting thing, if you go back to that same video, the growth that has happened on these here is incredible. Again, the blasto, great growth, great extension. The lights just came on about, I would say 20 minutes ago, so the mushrooms are still a little bit but it's a little bit hard to see, but that mushroom has completely covered the whole frag plug. This torch, looking super happy, but one I really want to show you guys is the green slimer. If you can take a look through the buildup, it's kind of hard to see here on the top, but it has completely encrusted the plug. If you guys remember a few videos back, it was starting to encrust it, but I almost can't believe just how much growth happens with not doing anything. It's not like I fed more, it's not like I dosed more. This tank doesn't even get dosed. I did absolutely nothing other than leave the tank alone. And like I've mentioned, I think we all know this. I think we've all heard, look at how beautiful that Ghani is, my God. But anyways, we all know this, we hear it time and time again, but I think it's just another testament to see that really, I think what messes up and pisses off our corals, a lot of times it's us manipulating parameters, it's us putting our head in the tank, it's us changing this, changing that, adding this supplement, taking that away. It's something that the corals have shown us time and time again that they don't like. So I don't know about you, but I'm gonna have a little challenge for you guys here at the end of this video. So while I was gone, you're probably saying everything couldn't have been that amazing, could it? Well, let's take a look. The only thing I did do when I got back is I removed the sock. I didn't completely remove it. I just, unhooked it, put it here on the side as it was overfilling, as it should be. The skimmer has not been emptied at all. If you guys remember, I highly recommend you guys to watch the video before I did go on vacation. I covered quite a bit, but I actually did the vegetable oil around the cup, and you can see the foam is breaking down. There's just tons of super dark buildup happening here on the great white skimmer. And still, we're 14 days into it. I have it skimming dry, and look, we still have at least another 1 week to 2 weeks to go. Aside from that, the bottom here is very simplistic. I haven't added much. You can see the Paxibellum doing her job. We got a 3D printed carbon reactor there, and everything else is very straightforward. So here on the bottom, nothing did happen. I will tell you that when I was away, I had the auto top off get triggered. I got an alert that thankfully the GHL gave me an alert, and I don't know what it was. For some reason, I had to extend the total runtime by about 10 minutes. So that tells me either the head is probably dirty, needs to be cleaned, maybe needs to be replaced, because the actual head that's on the doser itself, I actually used to use it on the previous build. If you guys remember, I had it on the first channel, which is what takes the sample water for the KHD to do the alkalinity test. So that head pump itself has had quite a bit of hours run through it. So it probably is time for replacement, which is why I had to extend the allotted runtime for that specific doser head. But I was able to fix that over the phone, got that taken care of. My neighbor actually came over to check on it. Everything was good. Fish losses, nothing. Coral losses, nothing. If anything, the corals are probably begging me to go on another vacation and leave them alone. The only fish loss we did have, I did add the mollies before I left. I added 6 of them. You can see there's only 3 left. Where the other 3 went, well, they were actually, one was found there, one was found there, and one was found back there. I obviously wasn't here to take care of them and to catch them or see them, but that was really the only losses we had. Thankfully, the Vast Marine was able, and still has tons of food left, but was able to not only feed the fish, but with the Polyp Lab reef-roids in there, feed the corals. And of course, the GHL did not skip a beat. Every day I would tend to log in, look at my temperature, look at my salinity, look at just all my levels. Everything seemed to be good, so I really wasn't worried. If there was one thing I could change, was maybe go buy a cheap camera, install it across a room, take off the doors of the cabinet so I could see the sump, see the tank. But other than that, that's maybe the only thing I would change and I would recommend for you guys to do. You can find a $20 Wi-Fi camera on Amazon or like at Target, Walmart. So that's maybe the only thing I would do different. So now here's the fun part. I have a challenge for each one of you watching this video. If you're watching this video, you probably have a reef tank. Not only that, you probably want to have a tank that's really nice, you want great growth, and you just want happy corals. Well, here's something to try. I challenge you to, if you can, if you have an auto feeder, great. If you don't have an auto feeder, I only want you feeding the fish. Don't worry about amino acids. Don't worry about supplementing this. Don't worry about supplementing that. Of course, if you have calcium alkalinity that you're manually dosing, take care of that. But aside from that, only feed your fish, and do not, for whatever reason, unless something catastrophic is happening, but do not put your hand or anything in the tank. Not even like a scraper, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Don't put anything in the tank. Don't clean the glass, but just so you can see for yourself these results. I only need you guys to do this for 10 days. All it's going to take is 10 days for you to see results that you're going to be like, wow. So again, only feed your fish. Do not put your hands, do not put any instruments, any tools inside the tank, and just let the tank be. Don't supplement it with amino acids, food for corals, or this supplement, that supplement. Unless you're doing calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, supplementing that, then of course do that, or anything else that your tank really relies on. But aside from that, don't do nothing. Don't clean the glass, and I only need you guys to do it for 10 days. And come back, comment on this video, and let me know what the results were for you. I think you guys are going to be really amazed. And I think what this is going to teach you, more than anything, at least what it's taught me, is how to minimize my contact with the tank. That's my challenge for you guys out there watching it. You know, it'd be a great test for you to do in your own home to see the results. Trust me, I promise you the results are going to be worth it. And guys, I think that's going to be it. I know I talked a lot, but I really wanted to share how cool this was, what I actually found out. I mean, look at that Goni. It's so beautiful. Just the encrusting I got not only on these bad boys here, on the SPS. SPS, as we know, are typically very slow to encrust. And the fact that it's completely already encrusted the plug on the Slimer, you could kind of see it here. It's just been amazing. So that's going to be it, guys. I'd love to hear your comment down below. Maybe you guys do that 10-day challenge. Do that 10-day challenge. Come back. Let me know. Enjoy the results, because I really think you guys are going to be blown away as soon as we stop the human interaction with our reef tank. So that's going to be it. I really thank you guys very much for watching. As always, happy reefing.